complete reason to believe that what you are pointing at is absolutely right. Because and I've been maintaining this from day one, from the day this theft, I wouldn't call it theft, it is more of a robbery or dacoity.
Point of embezzlement. I understand the context in which you are making this statement, and that will lead to a separate debate. I know Mr. Shantanu will be raring to go.
Hanumanji is Blackstone, Krishnaji is Blackstone, Shivji is Blackstone, Devi is Blackstone, multiple Rupams of Vishnu are Blackstone, Murugan is Blackstone. So I think if we don't travel much, we just lock ourselves in Lucknow. I think these kind of illusionment may come. And that's
Come on, Shantanu.
Sampath Raiji's incompetence. For sure, in this case, yes. But we have to also see he was the only one who's heading it while it was getting constructed, while it was getting inaugurated. When crores of people are doing the darshan during Kumbh and otherwise also. Two-time Prime Minister came, multiple Chief Ministers came. He was managing.
But that's little comfort, Shantanu. That is very little comfort. Hello and welcome. You're watching me, Sanket Upadhyay, on The Federal. The show is called AI with Sanket. This is the AI of news because news in India today requires not artificial but analytical intelligence. What exactly has happened in the Ram temple? This is embezzlement, this is theft, and above all, this is the breaking of faith of the Ram Bhakt, the devout, devoted devotee of Lord Ram. He has or she has no trust left in the people who are managing Lord Ram's temple. And while a probe has been launched, has been ordered, if you look at the sequence of events over the past few weeks, you would notice, as there are allegations now, of how people at the top are trying to protect themselves as if they have nothing to do with what is happening. That this was somehow the result of the actions of some low-level employees. For instance, a gentleman called Tinnu Yadav, an auto rickshaw driver with a salary of 18,000 who had crores and crores of property. In a statement, he said that it's a result of all my hard work that I have done after driving around my auto rickshaw. Hard to believe, right? But the bigger question, which should be a subject matter of probe, who allowed Mr. Yadav and some bank employees and some other employees who were openly embezzling these funds for many years, who was allowing them to operate with absolute impunity? Can something like this be done without the ashirwad of people sitting at the top? I think that is the big question. Is the SIT or the entire investigation very conveniently punishing the small fish or the small fry and letting go of the big players in the Ayodhya temple donation fraud case? We discuss. Okay, joining us right now is Mr. Sharad Pradhan. He's a senior journalist, as well as Mr. Shantanu Gupta, political analyst, as well as an author. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I don't think on an issue as critical as this and a matter such as this, there is really any debate. I have seen all debates and none of them seem to justify theft. It's very clear. Nobody can, in their right mind, justify theft. So that is not the point. The point that we are discussing, Mr. Sharad Pradhan, is whether the probe that is going on, whether that probe could be selective in nature, where it would feel that it's convenient to have a Mr. Tinnu Yadav be identified as a kingpin simply because he's an auto rickshaw driver and he made a bizarre claim that I could manage crores in property by just riding an auto rickshaw. Whereas the big fish go out of the net. Do you think that the probe needs to be far more detailed, going by the basic presumption that a Tinnu Yadav or some bank karamcharis cannot act of their own volition?
Well, Sanket, that's a very good question. And I have complete reason to believe that what you are pointing at is absolutely right. Because and I've been maintaining this from day one, from the day this theft, I wouldn't call it theft, it is more of a robbery or dacoity, because the way it has happened in broad daylight, I am not ready to believe that people, only guys like Tinnu Yadav and the smaller, the other seven people who are been put behind bars, and the kind of money and things that have been recovered from them are only a perfunctory exercise to take your attention away, and it's a preemptive exercise to save a lot of people. The whole issue, the what they are trying to do is absolutely bilkul straight and simple. That there are there's a group which wants to pass the buck to somebody else, whom Delhi walas want to protect, Lucknow walas want them to be prosecuted. So in the bargain, what is happening is the focus does not remain on unearthing the truth. The focus is entirely on who to fix and who to save, which is a sad story, considering that it is a matter of a temple which is not, which is an unparalleled, which has an unparalleled status. Because this temple took so many centuries to come up. The way people of this country, ordinary Ram devotees, the way they did, they moved heaven and earth to contribute towards this temple. How many crores were collected? How many crores were pilfered and are being pilfered is $1 million question. Because you would remember the chori or theft or dacoity has not begun today. It has been happening from day one. And every time those who were responsible, those who were supposed to be the guardians of the wealth that came in the name of Lord Ram, they were neck deep into what has eventually come out. To believe that from day one, people were trying to give a clean sheet to somebody like Champat Rai, who had to be, who for every logical reason had to be neck deep into this crime. Now they are giving all kinds of stories. The RSS people are giving in Champat Rai's defense. Somebody, I was on a TV show the other day, and this person from RSS says that, how can you blame somebody like Mr. Champat Rai, who is so very clean and who is not even married and who has no family? So why should he be indulging in this kind of a crime? Now, I find this logic absolutely illogical. To believe and to even to say this, that people get corrupt only after they get married. So this can be the product of such a mind who have this male chauvinistic approach, and they look down upon women. So for them, only when a woman comes into the man's life, then he becomes corrupt. Otherwise, he's missed clean. Then another reason why this arouses suspicion is Mr. Nripaindra Mishra, whom I've known as a bureaucrat for more than 4 decades. He was a UP cadre, 1967 batch officer, rated as a brilliant chap, and honest, upright in those days. But the manner in which he initially tried to wash his hands off this whole thing by claiming that he had nothing to do with the temple trust, he was only heading the construction committee. Less said, the better about the construction committee, and now a lot of allegations are coming on the kind of commission that was being, the kind of money that was pilfered in the name of construction also. I would have never believed that somebody like Mr. Nripaindra Mishra would shut his eyes to all whatever has gone wrong, or that he would be ignorant about what was happening left and right because he was looking straight. Now he, on day one, says, I have nothing to do with it. And 36 hours later, he is the one who suo moto gives a certificate of integrity and honesty to Champat Rai. He said on record that I can vouch for Champat Rai, not for anybody else. Now, it was uncalled for. That arouses even more suspicion. Why are people trying to give a clean sheet to somebody who's being suspected even before any inquiry can be made? So things are not as simple as it seems, and now there is every reason to believe that this has been going on from day one. Because as time goes, and as you have managed to collect a lot of booty, naturally you get encouraged to do more. And the more you get away with it, you want even more, because there's no end to the lust for money, and which is what has been happening. But the only thing is, the way this SIT is carrying out their so-called investigation, nobody will be hanged. And maybe for a short while, these 8 people will be put behind bars and remain there. The real kingpins will, I seriously doubt, will not be put in the dock, because the whole focus is how to protect X, how to protect Y, how to protect Z, which is
Okay.
what they are trying to do. And that's a
Yes.
shame.
Yeah, Mr. Sharad Pradhan seems to suggest that there is reasonable doubt that the big fish may get away. Shantanu Gupta, first of all, allow me to compliment you on the lovely shirt that you're wearing. It's such an envy. You put me in envy. Moving on, you see, we criminal jurisprudence of this country, innocent till proven guilty. I have no, let's just say the legal position of this country is that Mr. Champat Rai is innocent till proven guilty. But
Yeah.
there are allegations that all of this happened under his watch. So for a probe to be allegedly designed to position him or absolve him, initially not name him, only today I'm hearing that the lawyers of the Bar Association in Faizabad has filed a police complaint against naming Mr. Champat Rai. So does this not raise reasonable doubt that you are being extra kind, and by you I mean whoever is at the helm, being extra kind to the person who was at the helm? After all, it was his responsibility.
I think Sanket, for sure, prima facie, based on the facts that coming on media, I think people may have reasons to believe so. But again, as Saraji said, that he find the logic of telling about his background illogical, but I think that's not. Even in any crime, motive of crime is one of the very moot point of any jurisprudence. That why he might be stealing, right? Why he might be murdering someone. So, a 80-year-old person who is not married, who has no one aage piche, so it's hard to say that why he will be stealing a large amount. So motive of a crime is surely a logic, and even in jurisprudence, any motive of crime. In here, prima facie, doesn't seems like there'll be a motive of a large embezzlement that is attached to someone like Champat Rai. The sequence of event, it so happened, as I understand, I think first of all, whatever we all are saying for last many days is based on double guessing, because the so-called whistleblower Pawan Pandey from Samajwadi Party, who lives in Ayodhya, he said 7 to 7.5 crores embezzlement, right? Then Kejriwal made it 200 crore sitting in Delhi, and Pappu Yadav made it 400 crore sitting in Bihar. And then in TV channels, you hear Arbo Rupaye, Kharbo Rupaye. So this number came out of thin air from nowhere. Only the SIT report, the three people of SIT and the people involved in the probe in the Ayodhya police might be knowing the exact truth. Among the three of us and many people debating in the channel, they're just presenting their party position. Some number big big enough a number. Kejriwal also told 3 petiyan Javarat ki, not 2, not 4, 3 petiyan Javarat ki, right? So these number is coming up. So that's why I'm saying, and it's become very fancy to invent this number these days, right? We have seen evidences like Kak Bushandi, next day it was seen. Evidences like those 200 ईंटें, the clarification is given. So such clarification is also happening. लोगों ने कहा कि अभी हो ही रहा है तो चलो हाथ धो लो. And also, you remember Sanjay Singh and Pawan Pandey did a press conference in 2021 about the land scam, right? Samajwadi Party and Aam Aadmi Party have all the incentive to go to the court, because उनके लिए तो इतना बड़ा political incentive है. They have like a rock solid papers in their hand of land scam which they're holding for 5 years. They never got to the court. वो बीजेपी को कोर्ट में नहीं ले जाना चाहते थे. They never wanted to prove. So they know the logic is faulty, right? They presented that to SIT. But for the 5 years they're sitting on the paper. 2001, 2021 they presented the press conference. So they know कि इस समय मामला बड़ा हो रहा है. You can create confusions in Rambagh. So everybody is adding to the confusion, right? So, and the how the events are unfolded, as soon as the Ram Mandir Trust realizes something of this sort is happening, they only asked for a SIT. SIT was formed in 4 hours. Very senior 3 officer, 2004 batch IS officer. 2004 batch IS officer Vijay Vishwas Pant, 2008 batch IPS officer who has also been to CBI, who's also been to Interpol. In fact, he's coming from his France deputation. S. Kiran, he is deputed, and a person from finance department. They worked very hard, interviewed 70 to 100 people, see whatever footage, and then FIR, put the name of 8 people. FIR were done. They were arrested. The probe is happening continuously. I doubt the way Yogi Adityanath administration has dealt with any such cases last 9.5 years, and multiple surveys are also coming. People have any doubt that Yogi Adityanath will not leave even friends of Samajwadi Party like Mukhtar Ansari or Atiq Ahmed or anyone put in the embezzlement of the Ram Mandir contributions act. I think that's my
Yeah, I
position.
get the point that you're making, but Mr. Sharad Pradhan, the question over here is, while the Yogi Adityanath administration will not spare anyone, will he spare the small fish or the big fish and attack the small fish more? I think that's the allegation over
Well,
here.
Sanket, I think left to Yogi Adityanath, he would have fixed Champat Rai so far by for simple reason they don't get along for another reason that if Yogi Adityanath, who deserved to be on this committee, this trust, was kept out of it, obviously Delhi's will and Champat Rai, they're known to be not even on talking terms. And this SIT, the haste with which this society was constituted, would have ended up with Champat Rai's being put on in the dock. But Yogi's hands have apparently been tied because of Delhi's intent to defend Champat Rai. Otherwise, there is no reason why his driver should be hauled up, and Mr. Champat Rai is, blissfully ignorant of whatever was going on. I have
Maybe
reason to
Mr.
believe
Mr.
that
Sharad
even Mr.
Pradhan,
Ha,
Mr. Sharad Pradhan, maybe people may be indulging in alleged acts of corruption in his name, using his high office, thinking that there will be great amount of ashirwad. Maybe his hand is not there. People just thought, and we know a lot of these small fries, they do it. They get very close to powers that be and try to misuse that power.
Oh,
Maybe.
I wish that could be true, because the ground reality is the kind of money that is. I mean, I'm not going by, and I don't consider Pawan Pandey as the whistleblower, by the way, because the whistleblower was the man who was a strong RSS, sincere, committed RSS guy called Mahipal Singh. He was working as an accountant for 2 years in the trust, and as a volunteer, he never took any salary. The extent of his commitment was that he was doing all this work as a volunteer. He belonged to Kota, and the great Mr. Champat Rai got rid of him no sooner than he did the whistleblowing. He is the man who did the whistleblowing. He pointed out to Mr. Champat Rai, and he has said this in an interview to a very daring YouTuber called Abhishek Upadhyay. He runs a channel called Top Secret. And Mahipal Singh appeared on that channel and said in as many words that the day he got suspicious that there's some hanky-panky going on with the Chadhawa, he told Champat Rai that, look here, I suspect that this is happening and money is being pilfered. He only pointed out how the CC camera footage was being deleted every day. You know what Mr. Champat Rai said? Any good that you pointed this out? And 2 days later, Mr. Champat Rai told him, which is what Maipal Singh says. He said, "Ki you can go home. You haven't been home for a long time. आप कुछ दिन के लिए चले जाइए घर." He went there, and a week later, he got a message from Mr. Champat Rai. Now you stay put. Your services are no more required. What a clean man! Somebody points out that there is chori happening here in the name of Ram. Somebody who's as committed or probably more committed to the cause than Mr. Champat Rai. He's wished away. He's told not to come. He was removed. It was that interview on the basis of which Pawan Pandey went to town. Akhilesh Yadav took advantage of that and started tweeting. That is how it came into the public domain. But that is being systematically put under the cloud because the RSS guys do not want any kind of blemish should come on any RSS person because RSS people are supposed to be all above board, highly dedicated to the cause of Ram, very, very honest, highly disciplined. They can't do any wrong. So this they don't consider it wrong. When you get away with murder, then you indulge more, which is what they have done. And many people have calculated, and it is only those who want to defend the crooks are ready to underplay this whole dacoity, this whole dacoity. They say, oh, it's a few. Like I heard some BJP or RSS guy going to town on a video yesterday and day before. तो क्या हो गया इसमें? अगर चुरा भी लिया तो क्या हो गया? अरे हिंदुओं का ही पैसा तो हिंदू के पास गया है. What a great argument! And RSS वाला ताली बजाते हैं इसके. I don't understand how you can be so apathetic towards Ram, who actually brought you here onto the portals of power. It's a different thing that Mr. Modi went about telling the whole world that he brought Ram. I always thought that Ram is the one who brought us, and Ram is the one who's going to take us to the other world. But Mr. Modi made it, and Mr. Modi है तो मुमकिन है. And let me also point out that Mr. Modi very systematically impressed upon the whole world that he is the one who brought Ram. Yes, he did bring, but he brought Ram at his birthplace as a 5-year-old child who doesn't look like Ram as we have conceived Ram, as the whole world had always conceived Ram. I have never seen a black idol of Lord Ram anywhere, and neither have I heard of it. But this was a special Ram. मोदी है तो मुमकिन है. रामचंद्र जी को काला कर दिया, क्या होगा? अगर हमारा दिल काला है तो हम किसी को भी काला कर सकते हैं ना. So even Ram was not spared. And I never knew that a newborn is 5 years old. I don't know whether you are aware of this. Only Mr. Modi proved it by, where the original idol of Ram, which we had seen I've covered Ayodhya from the late 70s, and it was simmering, then 80s, 90s. That idol, initially there was a lot of hue and cry over this. The Shankaracharya wanted that very idol to be placed at the time of Pran Pratishtha, but Mr. Modi didn't want it. He wanted the Ram he had created. Because मेरे राम, मैं लाया हूं राम को. So obviously, भाई, when the Raja says that हम लाए हैं इसको, तो you have to believe it.
Yeah,
Whether you like it or not.
Mr. Pradhan, you see, the thing is, what you seem to be suggesting right now then becomes a whole different debate. On the point of embezzlement, I understand the context in which you are making the statement, and that will lead to a separate debate. I know Mr. Shantanu will be raring to go, but the thing is, let's quickly dial back to the point of embezzlement, which is now undeniable. And not even the most devout practicing Hindus will be able to say, to kya ho gaya. I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Shantanu Gupta, that is perhaps a saving grace for a lot of people. Many Hindus feel that I gave that donation with a clean heart. Now, whoever is indulging in embezzlement, it is their karma. That will add up eventually. So it is this feeling that perhaps is some sort of a easement or a bailment for scamsters. My point is, I'm quickly coming back to asking you this. Why are you convinced that Mr. Champat Rai may not be in the know or may be of utmost integrity? Let's believe what you're saying is right. But why should there be no doubt? Especially now with the news of this whistleblower.
See, I think after doing TV debates and debates from last 10 years, I've come to the conclusion we all have a preconceived notion about a topic, and we kind of gather the kind of arguments we gather, right? So much so, someone like, as seen as Sharat Pradhanji saying, I know anyone of repute in BJP, RSS and BHP will never say that कि हिंदुओं का पैसा हिंदू के पास चला जाए, कोई problem नहीं है. Someone might have said it, but again, in the search of our arguments, we will find that someone also, someone like Vinay Katyar, he might have abused left and right. Someone like Santosh Dubey, Mahipal Singh, RSS. All of a sudden, these are the like the torch bearers of the truth for them, right? Subramanian Swamy, oh my God, he's like the first torch bearer of truth for them. So we all have a habit of gathering the arguments which suits our larger argument, right? So having said that, also Abhishek Upadhyay was an India TV journalist, and he used to do India TV brand of journalism 4 years back, right? And now all of a sudden he's a very daring YouTuber for Sharad Pradhan ji, right? Okay, that's as it may go. I'll come to why Champat Rai ji. I think people have seen him rubbing shoulders with Ashok Singhal ji, with Mahant Abhyadanath ji, who was the head of a lot of committees, the guru of Yogi Adityanath ji, was head of a lot of Ram Mandir committees in Ayodhya, in Prayag, in Haridwar, in Gorakhpur. So people have no reason to believe, as I told you, like he's 80 years, he's not married. We have seen his brother also on TV. You have no reason to believe at that age he will get a group of people to embezzle a temple which he has put his life behind, right? So there's no reason to believe. And in current SIT, whatever they found out, nothing has came out also. So there is two things: was he part of it, or was he uh, not competent to monitor it, right? So these are the two things which may come out, right? For sure he was the head. So even if the embezzlement happened, one thing you have to admit, that he was not competent enough. That was not his skill set. He was good for the movement, but he may not be the most trained person, most suitable person for managing a bhavan, managing a temple like this. About some attributes that Sharad Pradhan ji said, कि वो ही मूर्ति क्यों नहीं है, ये काले राम कहाँ से आ गए. My wife is South Indian. I go to a lot of temples in South India. I think every second statue or vigraha, as we call it in South India, is black. Is a black stone. Hanumanji is black stone. Krishnaji is black stone. Shivji is black stone. Devi is black stone. Multiple rupams of Vishnu are black stone. Murugan is black stone. So I think if we don't travel much, we just lock ourselves in Lucknow. I think these kind of illusionment may come. And that Utsav Murti.
Come on,
And the
Shantanu
Utsav Murti. And the Utsav Murti
don't
is
get
still there.
personal.
No, the Utsav Murti is still there. The
Let him go ahead. Go ahead. Doesn't matter.
that
Doesn't
Utsav
affect me.
Murti,
It's
the
a joke.
original
It's a good
Murti,
joke. Ah.
the Utsav Murti, the Murti which was in tent is still there. It's still there. It's called a Utsav Murti which will go out. Utsav Murtis are the Murtis in any temple which go out of the temple in palkis in different events, right? So there's a Sthai Murti, there's a Utsav Murti. Utsav Murti is still there. You will still see it. It's so tiny and small that you can't even see it. Even in tent, you are not able to see it, because once you cover it with flowers in the dress, it's hardly this much, right? So you can't see it. So that's still there. You can see it in the feet of this larger statue. So it's not there. And a white murti is also there now. On the first floor now there is a Ram Darbar also, right, which got established last year. So all white, black, metal is all there. If Sharad Pranji have
Good.
particular fetish for colors.
I think now this is why when Sharad Pradhan mentioned that point, I knew that this will clearly be a digression from the issue of embezzlement
No,
and
I'm not taking that. That's
invite
why
a fresh debate. But
Yeah,
he
yeah, and
did.
that's why I'm not going to waste time on that digression. So there is much more. There is much more that has happened there, which we need to look into. And the RSS guys are always very smart to how to twist the issue and give it a different turn. And hats off to Shantanu Gupta. He also tried his best, but unfortunately, I'm a crazy person. I don't lose focus. And chori is something which is beyond, because I
Yeah,
can't tolerate. And this
Mr. Sharad
temple,
Pradhan, just coming back to the point on embezzlement, and I want to know from you. You call it chori, you call it embezzlement, you call it camouflaging of funds, as some people in HDFC Bank call it. It's a nice, sweet name for committing a scam. Learn it from the HDFC way. They call it camouflage, right? So
Wow.
my point is, whatever has happened, as Shantanu mentioned, one thing is undeniable, and I agree with him. Champat Rai was incompetent to handle the events at the temple. He was not competent enough to handle. It was very clear. There were people in his name or not, we don't know. This only a probe will tell us. But do you feel that probe should also be of impeccable standards? It cannot, the probe cannot be put into question. For instance, a lot of people are now questioning on the nature of the probe. Is the probe tailor-made or engineered or manicured to let the big fish go away?
You hit the nail on the head, Sanket. The SITs have invariably, my long experience, only 48 years in journalism, and in those years, I have not seen any SIT which is constituted like this and which has arrived at taken you to any logical conclusion. Because SITs, my reading is, obviously the RSS people won't believe this, that they come out with tailor-made reports. And that is why when SITs are constituted, whoever is constituting the SIT, and I am quite surprised to find that it was done at the behest of Mr. Champat Rai. Yogi Adityanath claims that it was done by him. It was his brainchild, his idea. Anyway, so that's a separate issue. But the fact remains that when you want to unearth the truth, this government, Modi's government, invariably on a small queue, with a small queue, they give it to CBI, they entrust it to ED. ED was needed to be investigate this because there is obviously a lot of money laundering involved. Whether it involves Champat Rai or Nrpendra Mishra or Anil Mishra or Gopal Rao and or others, it can't be these small fries. This much has been done only to bring the matter to a close so that the government can very safely say, look here, we've got the
But
SIT.
Mr. Sharad
SIT
Pradhan,
will be
if
ultimately.
yeah, if you
SIT
could allow me,
is
you see, if this matter goes to the CBI and then eventually ED mounts a case on top of a CBI case because that is how ED enters a case, then the argument will be, oh, ED and CBI belong to them only. So that is
no,
why
but
they
still,
go. Then what do you
at
do?
least they will have they will have more sanctity than three ordinary one bureaucrat took one a cop and a junior bureaucrat who will work on the diktats issued by their superior, either sitting in Lucknow or in Delhi. You cannot expect. That is how the members of the SIT, before they submitted the interim report, they went and had a closed door meeting with Yogi Adityanath. What does it mean? You think any SIT which is constituted comes out with any? Give me an example of any SIT that has come out and unearthed a big scam.
No, so
Scams are not
your concern is
investigated.
that a
Then you
manicured
can
report
deny.
will come out. A manicured report
Absolutely.
will come out, huh? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I get the point that you're making. Mr. Shantanu Gupta, do you feel in the interest of the 80% Hindu majority of this country, a majority of whom have deep faith in Lord Ram, they visit the temple, and I must tell you, as you must be aware yourself, the number of people from South India, from Kerala, from Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu. I mean, my hometown is Ayodhya, and the number of people from South India I see going to the Ram temple, it's quite a message. Do you
Yeah.
feel that it will serve greater justice for there to be a bigger, better probe to restore faith? You see, temple is not just about one Champat Rai. This is a temple economy now.
Yeah.
Donation economy now. Ayodhya city is growing. Property, land rates are exponential. The number of fake land grabs and cases in courts is exponential. So you need to understand this as a temple economy issue and not just a donation fraud.
I think for sure you're right. But again, we have to again go back from where we are getting our facts. A simple fact that Champat Raiji and Trust asked for the SIT, and I think Sharad Pradhan is listening too much of 4 p.m. and Abhishek Upadhyay and sensationalist. That
But then
it's a
I don't
basic,
see 4 p.m. You might be a fan of
basic
4
fact.
p.m.
It's a basic
I'm
fact.
not.
Like it's a basic fact uttered like in every press conference. Everyone who has came from VHP and even Yogi Adityanath from a big stage, from a speech stage, also told कि जैसे ही हमें ट्रस्ट से लेटर प्राप्त हुआ हमने एसआईटी की जांच उठा दी. So I think having said that, we collect our arguments as it suit, right? I think as you rightly said, Sanket, if it were to be a FIR first, वो कहते हैं कि एसआई लगा दिया ये क्या करेगा, right? If it's CBI ED anyway, वो तो मोदी के है, right? These days they don't believe courts also on a even day. What day they believe when the verdict come in their favor. So any amount of that would not have satisfied. But again, I think your right question is that what about the faith of 80 crore Hindus, right? I think the way Yogi Adityanath operated, I think their belief in someone like Yogi Adityanath, who's at the helm of affair for the probe, right? The way he operated from last 9.5 years, right? Be it Vikas Dubey or be it Mukhtar Ansari, be it Aditya Rana or be it Atiq Ahmed, right? His law and order was at the T, and that has reflected in the NCRB reports.
You mean
Also reflected in the
extrajudicial
investment
methods?
data. Say that again.
You mean extrajudicial methods?
No, no. I'm thinking you may claim so again. I'm saying there are 250 encounters. All 250 encounters went to the magisterial court, and in not even single case, UP police was proven wrong. There's 67,000 acres land which is recovered through so-called bulldozer action. In not even single case, UP administration is proven wrong. And one more point, when we talk about Champat Raiji's incompetence, for sure in this case, yes, but we have to also see he was the only one who's heading it while it was getting constructed, while it was getting inaugurated. When crores of people are doing the darshan during Kumbh and otherwise also. Two-time Prime Minister came, multiple Chief Ministers came. He was managing.
But that's little comfort, Shantanu. That is very little comfort. I can be very diligent with my work and then be absolutely incompetent when a scam happens.
This is also I never denied it. I'm saying we have to see in this light. I'm just adding the element. At times, in our blindness for sensation, we miss this fact. That's what I'm trying to put in the table. That he was the one who's managing all of this also. While all of this was happening. Yeah.
Also, when you are blind. When you choose to turn blind, then you don't see reality. That is also a point.
From either side, Pradhan sir. From either side.
No. I am talking to you with logic. I am not
facts. Your logic is Abhishek Upadhyay and 4 p.m. news. If that's your logic, sir, then logic.
Where does the 4 p.m. come from?
That is there. If your logic is RSS, if your logic is only RSS, which is the cleanest organization ever born on this planet.
I'll tell you another problem that is happening. Sharadji, another problem that is happening is that I see this sudden dehyphenation from Champat Rai also. Vishwa Hindu Parishad says that, well, he was not part of VHP, he was part of this temple. So we have nothing to do with him. Nipen Mishra is saying that I only was in charge of construction, I have nothing to do. So everybody is, Abhi Kehna, this is interesting. When something wrong has happened, when from a garbage dump cash has been recovered, when from a heap of dung, buffalo dung, this is the cash has been recovered from toilet from the loo. Imagine the places where the offerings to Lord Ram have been kept, and that has happened under the able, very strong leadership of Mr. Champat Rai.
Honest Mr. Champat Rai, the most honest man ever, Satyavadi Harish Chandra.
Yes, Shantanu.
And because RSS, no RSS man can do wrong.
So I have to go and unmute myself. I think, I'm saying these jibes will keep coming, and all of this recovery that you are making, it's not that Akhilesh Yadav made this recoveries. Yogi's police has only made these recoveries, right?
Yeah.
And also, in fact, what I am finding, this become a larger case against the movement of government control of temples. People will say one big temple was given to a private trust, and this is what had happened. That debate is also, I'm sure you must be knowing the free temple movement that's going on in south of India, especially because they only have the large temples of Hindu faith. And someone like T.R. Ramesh and many other activists are working towards it. This will be a major dent to that. But counter to that, there are multiple cases of embezzlement, which for some reason never traveled the national news in multiple South Indian temples. Right? Let's say someone a 4 crore gold stealing in a very famous temple in Kerala, where SIT was only formed under the suo motu cognizance of the High Court. Right? Government, police, activists, the trust, no one took the cognizance. And when High Court took the cognizance based on some activists, and now the SIT is formed, which Sarath Pradhanji don't like the SIT, at least in Uttar Pradesh he doesn't like. Maybe he will like the SIT.
Shantanu, my whole point is, if something wrong has happened in one place, that cannot be offered as a justification of wrong in the other.
Sanket, I'm sending a very nuanced point. I'm saying that temple is in government control. Even then it's happened. I'm saying,
so corruption will be everywhere. Is corruption not there in government departments? So there will be corruption.
Sanket, this is Ayodhya temple is the only temple ever entrusted to RSS.
Yeah, one by one, gentlemen, one by one. Sharadji.
Go ahead, Shantanu. No, hear out Shantanu.
Yeah, no, Sharji, I'm making a limited point. A lot of because the debate is going so nuanced. A lot of people making an argument that if private, this is a private trust, right? This is not a government trust. Only there are four ex officio member. If private trust is managing the government like this, then government should take over, and this becomes an argument of government takeover of temples. I'm just doing a counter to that. That in South there are multiple temples which are all temples, in fact, all the five South Indian states. The government is
I
managing the
get your
temples,
point, but
and the
I
outcome
get
is
your
just
point, Shantanu. Last word. You see, Mr. Sharad Pradhan, for me, this is not a debate for government control, that you nationalize
Right.
temples. No, that is not the point. Trust can
Agreed.
operate, but trust also should come under the various. You can't treat this as something which is, a message from God above the laws and the legal system of this country. No. And especially in temple towns, my argument, Mr. Sharad Pradhan, is that you should actually have a special provision, a special tribunal.
Yeah.
Let these trusts operate, let them operate and under whatever. Otherwise, there'll be this whole debate of uniform civil code and, government control over everything.
Sanket, questions are not raised on the impartiality of those trusts which, despite being private, are run with a philanthropic purpose. For instance, the Tirupati temple. It's a broad-based structure. They have people from the government, they have people from outside, they have people from representing different groups. It is not an exclusive. This is the only temple Ayodhya which was entrusted to a trust which is run entirely by great RSS guys, and who can be, who are the last word in integrity and honesty, according to Shantanu, because he's a part of that.
Yes, I'm going to have to bring this discussion to a close. Otherwise, we'll just go on and on. Shantanu, quick word, please.
Yeah, I think just one point. Today, I think Sarajji is quite liberal with his facts. Tirupati is not a private trust. Tirupati very much come on the HREC, the Andhra Pradesh government, and at this trust is not.
No, they are representatives. It is not headed by the government.
There are six saints. There are six saints in Ayodhya trust. There are four official members. Only 3 members are there who have a background with VHP. Right, and also I think VHP is rightly said. Once they travel to the Ram Mandir trust, they are for loan from the VHP, but the VHP cannot take a responsibility for a private trust, right? But again, they are defending. They're still defending.
Sir, in the end, if you do not,
just one thing I want to point out, which has been overlooked, is that this business of pilferage has been going on for a long time. I remember I used to have very frequent interactions with Mr. Ashok Singhal when Mr. Champat Rai used to carry his basta. That was his status. And Mr. Ashok Singhal used to proudly tell the media that how many crores have been received as donation for the construction of the Ram temple. He talked also about the gold bricks that were received from NRIs across the globe, silver bricks. When the Supreme Court order came, there was complete silence on that money. Where did it go? Nobody knows. Then it started, this land scam started, of which the documents have been now submitted by Sanjay Singh, and they talked about
2021 they also presented,
21 also, and government failed to take cognizance of that. Did not.
Can you understand?
And when you are in
denial, the documents are so pakka, why didn't want to implicate BJP government and want to go to the court?
No, you should be asking them. Don't ask me.
I'm saying
gentlemen, I have to draw this discussion to a close. I have run out of time. I have to draw this discussion to a close. The only thing is, while we debate all these things, let's just quickly dial back to the issue of faith of 80 crore Hindus. Right? It all boils down to, today, every Ram Bhakt, in his mind, in his heart, has no trust in the temple trust in Ayodhya. You speak to anyone, whether it is left-leaning, right-leaning, centrist, center-left, center-right, I'm not getting into ideology. People lack that faith and trust in the temple trust. And I think that is a very disturbing thing. So unless you make an example out of people who are indulging in this act, this will be great disservice to those believers. That's the only limited point. Thank you very much, Shantanu Gupta, as well as Sharad Pradhan, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.